This is Kings River Life Magazine, and we are at Reedley High School speaking with the new principal, Roberto Guiterrez. Tell us a little bit about your background, where you're from, where you went to school, past jobs.
I grew up in Visalia, so I attended all of Visalia schools, graduated from Redwood High School, attended College of the Sequoias, and then transferred to UC Davis for 3 years, where I received my bachelor's, and then I came home back to the Central Valley, attended Fresno State for the credential program, and I started to work right afterwards, and I actually started here at Reedley High School, my career.
And what did you teach?
I taught all levels of Spanish, and one summer I was given the opportunity to teach world cultures, which is one of my favorite things to do, is history.
Cool. How did you first become interested in education, and when? Was it really young or in college?
The first time I became interested was at UC Davis. It was one of my elective courses. It was sociology and education, and we had to intern or serve some hours at a school. So I decided to call a teacher at Davis High School. She put me to work right away. I actually started teaching the class maybe a week and a half into it. She saw something in me that helped me motivate students. I could explain or model certain skills well, so she gave me a small group, taught that small group, and then suddenly it became the whole classroom. So that's how I became interested in education, was through the influence of an instructor, a teacher.
And what was it about it that just drew you and you knew that's what you wanted to do?
You know, everybody says that, you know, the reason why they got into education was because they saw that they could make a difference. They saw that light bulb go on. They felt it, that the student understood and they were making a difference. I'd have to say the same thing. You know, when I was in front of that classroom helping students that were Spanish speakers and non-Spanish speakers, I saw that light bulb. I saw that feeling, the feeling of excitement, the feeling of I know what to do, was what drove me.
And how did you end up with your first job being here?
Actually, I asked one of my friends from UC Davis that works at Reedley High School. I was in a Latin dance troupe at UC Davis, and I saw him afterwards, and I asked him if Reedley High School or Kings Canyon Unified School District was hiring. He said, yeah, go talk to Mr. Garza. So luckily, the next weekend, there was a job fair, a teacher job fair, the Fresno State Teacher Job Fair, and I met Mr. Garza at that time, and he asked me to come in for an interview the next day. So
wow, and when was this?
In 1998. Actually, 1999, the beginning of 1999, sorry.
And then did you teach somewhere else after that? What was the progress of, of your career after that job?
Well, I started a pirate. I'm back as a pirate. I taught for about 5 years, all levels of foreign language, of Spanish. And then Mr. Campbell, our deputy superintendent at this time, encouraged me to try something new. So I tried. So I went into the counseling department. For about 3 months, I helped on a maternity leave of one of our counselors. And then that counselor, got an opportunity to go to a college level counseling position. So Mr. Campbell asked me if I wanted to be the senior counselor. And I said, oh yes, I loved it so much. Helping students, I love being in the classroom, but it was a different strategies, different understanding of what students go through in a high school, in their experience as teenagers. So became a counselor for about a year, and then everybody knew I love that environment, and they asked me if I wanted to become learning director. Became a learning director for 2 years. Then I was Reedley High School assistant principal for a year. Then I left. Great opportunity that Mr. Garza presented to me was to become a principal at Citrus Middle School in Orange Cove. So I was was the principal there for 4 years, and then moved to Orange Cove High School for 2 years, and now I'm back. The opportunity presented itself, and I wanted to come home.
Come back and be a pirate again.
That's right.
And what do you like best about working in education?
Well, the excitement, the non-stop action, because it's really non-stop action. Having, dealing with students and helping them and supporting them, then helping and supporting our staff, whether it be an instructor or a teacher, or maybe an administrative assistant, our food service, and then being part of a community with the parents, understanding where they're advocating for their child to move to either higher education or find them a position through maybe a career right away. So that's the fulfilling part. The excitement, the rewarding part is actually being part of that whole community. And it's great that I live in the community because I'm able to help a little bit more and support our students and our parents and our staff.
And what has been the hardest part?
Actually, it's not. When you're having fun and you love your job, it's not very difficult. And it's not a drag. I enjoy it. I love it. I live here 24 hours sometimes just because I love the action. I love how many events go on at Reedley High School. I try to go to every home sporting event to support, to cheer, to jump up and down when we win, of course. So to me, there's no difficult part. We work together, we agree on things, we disagree on things, but overall, we're here for the students, and that's what makes it awesome.
Do you have any specific hopes, goals, plans as principal of Reedley High School? Things that you want to see accomplished?
As principal of Reedley High School, I believe I came into a school with a great foundation. Things are in place, so I guess I just get to add to that fun-loving, to that excitement, to that dedication that our staff has, to the love that the community has for the high school. So to me, my plan is to keep on going, add to it, add to that pride, add to being part of Reedley, the community, add to our students' dreams, help them accomplish their dreams, and really support our teachers, because in education there's a lot of change, and that's my main job, is to help and support our instructors in that change.
What excites you the most about being in this new position?
I live in the community. This is honestly, even though I grew up in Visalia, I feel that Reedley High School is my school. My wife graduated from Reedley High School. My kids will be attending Reedley High School. I mean, my oldest is only 9, but we already have plans. My youngest talks about attending Reedley High School and then attending UC Davis.
Wow.
So I think it's the community connection that I love the most about being principal here.
That's great. So one last question. What is something that people would be surprised to learn about you?
Okay, so about 2 years ago, I went on a dinosaur hunting trip.
Oh, wow.
My youngest son, he loved and loves dinosaurs. He could name them all. I don't know what he's saying, but my father-in-law, myself, and my youngest son took a 2-week trip. we started in Reedley, went into Nevada, went into the national parks in Nevada, drove through Utah, stopped at some dinosaur museums in Utah, drove through Wyoming, Nebraska, was able to go to Mount Rushmore in South Dakota, went up Montana, and we went to a museum there for that is just dinosaurs. Great museum. And then we were able to visit Old Faithful. So we did that, and then we drove into Canada, to Van Heller, Canada, where they have excavations for dinosaurs.
Oh, wow.
And we were able to join a tour group and have my son dig for dinosaur bones.
How fun.
So then we, of course, went through Canada, went to Vancouver, visited some family, and came down through Washington, Oregon, and back to Reedley. So it was a great adventure. My son loved it. I had the opportunity to bond with my father-in-law because we were in the car for 16 hours a day. So it was great and it was exciting.
Well, that's great. Thanks so much for chatting with us.
Thank you.